I was actually able to make like a small app that it really didn't do anything. Um it wasn't really like an app. It was just something for me to be like. It was a small project. Um, Basically, I had things falling from the ground, and since Corona has a built-in function with the gravity, which is unlike any other things. Which for most other things you have to program all that from scratch. And Corona really had all those, um so I made objects bounce, and that's pretty much the most basic thing you can do once you learn Corona. And their loop system, their whole way of doing things is weird. Since I'm like used to the whole Java syntax ways of things, their way is weird, but it's not hard. It's just I don't understand it. So I'm still yet to crack their code. Um, so I moved on to Python. Um, Wait, I'm forgetting. I tried moving into SQL, MySQL, and that really didn't work too well. I downloaded MySQL Workbench upstairs in the upstairs computer. I don't think something I didn't I don't think I configured it right, because there's a feature that doesn't really work when I try to create a new database, and I don't know what's up with that. I'm not the most technical person as of right now for a lot of things, but then I moved on to Python, and Python I really love it. It is so simple. No wonder people say that they would want to start off with it. Like, it was a huge decision for me to pick Python over Ruby, because I've heard great things about both, and I was just like, Python, let's go. I don't know why I picked it. I just picked it. Yeah. Um and then I pretty much learned how to do a lot of Python, write programs in Python. It's really easy to. You just have to dedicate a large chunk of your time, um, and keep practicing. I started doing like Pygames, and Pygames is a whole nother level, because it's just like it's really complicated. It's weird coding. It's kind of like starting from the scratch again, because you some of the things that you know help you, but you have to learn a completely new set of, not completely, but you have to learn new set of codes to work with. Like, if you want to move the right arrow on your button on your computer to like make your character move, or whatever object you have on the screen to move, you have to write that. And then at like on press down, and you have to, well, it's actually on key down, and if you write on key down, you have to write on key up, and it just balances itself out. I kind of stopped with that and went back to the core of Python to create a small project. I'm looking through it. My project's not really complicated right now, so I kind of like lost a taste in it a little bit. And then I went back to Java. And Java again, revisiting it. You have to start from the beginning. It is unbelievable, just how brutal programming can be if you try to like um, hop on different languages without really being very fluent in them. Before my first time with my second time, or maybe my third time, with Java, I was actually doing really good. I was able to debug a lot of my problems. Um, as I was really improving before I moved on to another language, and now it's kind of like it's a struggle to debug things now, because I've gone for so long without it. And even though I've only gone like probably like 2-3 weeks without Python, I'm forgetting some of the core basics right now of Python. And I've been using Code Academy, and that really helps if you know what you. I feel like it helps if you know what you're doing ahead of schedule, ahead of time, before the you do one of their tutorials. But if you don't know their tutorials and you're kind of stuck there because they don't give you the answers unless you figure it out by yourself, or some generous person posts the answer on the forum. You're stuck there pretty much.